Live from Studio 422, it's The Noon Show with Torii Campbell.
Hello, everybody, and I'm your host, Torii Campbell, and welcome to a special installment of The Noon Show. Today, WRED-TV is bringing you an amazing episode with an interview from musical artist and America's Got Talent finalist, Sal "The Voice" Valentinetti.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming in today, Sal.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, such a fan.
Boy, this is exciting.
This is so exciting.
I'm back.
You're back. You are back at
He's
St.
back.
John's.
I'm back.
We got Sal.
What is that like, coming back to St. John's?
Oh
This
my!
is first time back, or?
No, I've been back. I did a State of the University address where when Dr. Bobby Gempiso was president, I came in and I sang the national anthem. You know, I've come back and visited once or twice, but this is my first time back in a couple of years, and it's really exciting. It's surreal.
Honestly, yeah.
But it's funny because I know where I'm going. Mm-hmm. Like the public safety officer at the front, who's been here for years. I know this guy. He goes,
I've seen this face before.
So are you gonna drive right up to Marillac Hall too? I says, no, we'll park and walk. Thank you. And I walked right across campus, and it was like I hadn't missed a day. It's surreal, but it's so good. It's so good.
I'm so happy to hear that, because you had started off, we did an interview with you back in 2015 when you had just done American Idol. Mm-hmm. Did you anticipate that you were going to be going on to another talent show?
No, and that's why I came back. I said, maybe the singing thing isn't for me. I didn't make it through Hollywood Week on American Idol because I wasn't, a pop singer. I sang the music that I sang. Yeah. And so I came back. And that's actually when I got interested in television, was from American Idol, from doing the reality TV, and the whole production around it was all very interesting to me. So when I came back, I started to go in with the TV station, and things at the radio station were more fun for me. I really liked entertaining people, and I found that passion here. And I wasn't expecting a call, but I was coming home. Do you remember? Actually, I'll tell the whole story. Do you remember when my Uncle Joe passed away?
I do, yeah.
You remember that?
We had a car ride around the parking lot, and you were talking about that for like a couple hours.
My Uncle Joe got me to try out for American Idol. He really pushed me towards it. I would have never done it had it not been for him. He was actually another St. John's alum.
Really?
Yeah, and from back in the 90s. And when all the residence halls were a parking lot. He used to remind me of that every day. And he got me to do American Idol, and he actually never got to see it air. He passed away about a month after I got back, and that's when I said, you know what, I'm gonna go back to St. John's. I'm gonna finish out there because maybe this isn't for me. And almost a year to the day that all that happened, it was in October, I get a phone call from America's Got Talent, and they said, we want you to come try out. So I went to my parents and I said, this is a very difficult conversation, but I'm gonna have to take off next semester. And they said, why? I said, because I want to do this right this time. I'm going to put in the work. I'm gonna believe in myself for a change, instead of rolling the dice and seeing what happens. I'm going to take it seriously, and I'm going to do it. And the rest is history.
And let me just say, because Sal and I, at the time, we were both working a lot at WSU. I had just gotten on e-board, so I was there 40 hours a week. And Sal was somebody who we just had such a great time doing his own show, helping everybody else with their show. We love having naturally talented people on. He took this on like you would not believe. Man was going to the gym. Man was getting vocal lessons for his already excellent voice.
Thank you.
He was taking the time to get his TV training. He did everything you have to do to become a star. And he put the time and the effort in. And look where he is now.
Well, I wasn't even thinking about becoming a star. I was never thinking about this. I still try not to think about it. But I was thinking about, I see all my friends at St. John's, and they're all doing so well because they're applying themselves in a big way. And for me, I said, if I give this 100%, I know that I have a good chance of it. Mm-hmm. And so I said, let's do it. I said, I want to prove to myself that I could do this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you certainly did, with the charisma, your charm, everything, and then the voice itself.
Thank you.
Absolutely amazing. There's one moment I wanted to bring up when you had your golden buzzer moment. We have a screen grab of it.
Oh, goodness.
It's my favorite moment.
It's
because
mine,
your
too.
entire face just changes completely.
One of the best smiles I've ever seen in my life.
The happiest guy.
Look at that. Boy, people are like, did you know that was going to happen? I said, if I'd known, I would have made a better face. Look at this face. Wow.
What was this moment like for you?
Shocking. Shock, surprise, a little bit of fear, because when they were explaining to me what the golden buzzer was before I went out, they said, just in case it happens or whatever. I wasn't listening, and I didn't realize it was an explosion followed by all this confetti. So I got a little nervous. I actually cursed into the microphone. If you play the clip back, you hear just as that happens, it goes silent for just a quick second, and they crank the Frankie Valli song. It was oh boy, oh God, it's on my album too. And I'm having a blank. I'm so flustered today.
You're all good.
They cranked it up.
Yeah,
well. They cranked
it up just as I said. I went, I was like, because I didn't know what I heard an explosion. I was about to hit the stage, coming from where we come from. But
it was such a genuine moment too.
No, it was such a genuine moment.
It was nuts.
People have to really realize that though. There's this sincerity you've had throughout the entire time I've known you and the entire time I've seen you on the television. You have this bombastic energy. You have this real wheeling and dealing, styling, profiling type of energy to you. But even when you were coming to WSJU in tracksuits, hanging out with us, just chilling and grilling, all that, you were still like that guy. You've always been somebody so ready for the spotlight.
My Uncle Joe told me, because when I was nervous about doing American Idol, because I said, I'm not going to change who I am. I said, American Idol, you gotta sing Kumbaya and wear skinny jeans. And, I mean, I don't know if you could tell from the television, but in skinny jeans, I look like 10 pounds of sausage in a 5-pound bag. It's not a good look. He told me, just be who you are, no matter where you are and what you're doing. Be yourself, and that's something that I carried out through my entire life. When I was here, and then when I did America's Got Talent, I said, I'm just going to give them me. If they don't like me, then somebody else will, So I brought me out there, and I just started singing, and people ask me, they go, were you nervous? I go, right before that moment, I was terrified. And then I gave all that nervous energy and I gave it to the crowd. And as soon as they gave it back to me and we started the song, everything else went numb. And I don't remember what happened for a good 60 seconds. And then towards the end of the song, My Way, when I'm doing the audition, the audience stands up. And this was a very defining moment, not just on the show, or in my career, but in my life. Because up until that point, I was never 100% sure. I mean, go to the registrar's office, ask how many times I switched majors. I was never really sure as to what I really wanted to do in life. And that moment, I said, no matter what these judges say, this last 15 seconds of this song is going to mean more to me than anything. Because I am affirmed now, this is what I'm meant to be doing. I fell in love with being on that stage with those people and just being able to entertain. That, and then forget it. We're going down the line, and Heidi Klum is saying how much she loves me.
I was just about to say, Heidi
and
Klum,
I'm like,
how's that?
What?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah?
You checked off one of one on your list.
Yeah.
The very moment you got on stage.
Yeah, I was like, what? Who needs to be famous? I'm hitting on a supermodel. And she's giving it back to me. This is okay.
No, that was literally one of the things we had, that you had walked out on stage and she was like, you were just a star. I just love you. And your face.
And could I tell you?
Stargazed.
and she's another genuinely real person. Heidi Klum's a great person. She's been such an influence on my life and career. She continues to be to this day. But I mean, that moment, and I was like, I could die right now and I'd be okay. I'd be just fine. And she goes, and she goes, I want to give you, I want to hug you, I want to kiss you. I'm like, I'll come to you. And so I was already halfway down on the floor. And so I said, well, I'm going to go to the judge's desk. I'm going to introduce myself. We're having a nice rapport now. Heidi Klum just broke the fourth wall, and now I'm gonna go with the rest of it. So I shake Simon Cowell's hand, and he's looking at me. He's like, what?
Like this guy.
Yeah, Mel B, and then I turn around to go back on stage. Simon Cowell's like, I think you should go back on stage. So I very, very politely British. So I'm going back up, and Howie's talking to me, and my parents, I grew up in an old school type house.
Where you look at them when they're speaking? You
look at somebody when they're speaking to you. So I said, I'm walking up, I said, Howie, hold on. And people like, look at him telling Howie Mandel what to do. I'm like, no, you don't understand. This is where I come from.
Like, I don't want to miss what you're saying.
And then
please.
that golden buzzer, let me tell you what that does for you. On the show, it gets you to the live rounds. But in perpetuity, what it does is it cements you in America's Got Talent history as one of these exceptional performers. And your video circulates, and it still does to this day. I have people come to my shows, and they'll say, I don't watch America's Got Talent, but my sister shared a video on Facebook, and I saw you. And then I looked up all your videos, and I said, I have to come see this guy. Oh, wow. So America's Got Talent, I do believe, and I don't just say this because I was on it, it's the greatest show in the world, because you could see any type of talent. It's good for any age of person who's watching. And for the people on the other side of the camera, it could change their life forever. And that's what it's done for me.
You know, I just wanted to get your perspective on it. You went through the whole ringer, the whole production cycle. You know the show better than anybody, especially because you were on the Champions edition as well.
I went back.
Yes, you did. This show is known for having such a broad appeal, and it used to be like maybe weird kind of accessory acts, like ventriloquist magicians or whatever they wanted to do.
Still have that.
Yeah, but what I feel like you brought was this mass appeal. You brought something that everybody can enjoy and love and relate to, which is just some classical, at-home, family-friendly, familial, just lovely singing. How do you feel like that was able to mesh with the whole production style of it?
You know what? There are people who are watching in Little Rock, Arkansas, in Wichita, Kansas, in where were we? Sorry, I'm looking off camera. I'm breaking the fourth wall now. One of my roadies is here with me. We went to North Dakota. There are people in every section of this country who are watching the show, and they're all very different. But what's the same about each and every one of them is they can smell fakeness. They could smell that from across the street. So as long as you're genuine, as long as you provide good entertainment value, which we were able to, especially with my boy from the neighborhood, Big Time Tommy was there, and oh my God, we had the best time. And the production staff were like, we could just turn the cameras on and leave you be. And I think that people of all backgrounds picked up on that.
Yeah.
I didn't think that I was going to make it past the quarterfinal, which is the first live show, because Simon Cowell requested that I do a One Direction song. And I don't listen to one. I don't know if you could tell. Torii, I'm not the type who would be at a One Direction concert. Maybe 5 Seconds of Summer. They're all right. But I don't know about One Direction. But anyway, I was asked to sing this song, and it was my first time ever singing on television live. And they were just like, no pressure. The last live episode that we did, we got the most viewers we've ever gotten in show history at 15 million. So I said, perfect. Okay. And it was this. It was this moment where I'm in a white jacket, and I'm very self-conscious about wearing white, as it is. The band is all, look at them. They're all in the sky. I can't be looking at nobody. I got in-ear monitors in. I got these things with wires sticking out. I can't hear the audience. It's just, it's like I'm in this bubble. And I was not even sure that I was going to make it past that round. And because I was able to appeal to everybody with genuine, I was always happy to be there. That's the one thing. No matter what was going on, this episode actually put me in the bottom 3 of that week, and I had to do some Dunkin' save. I didn't know how to use Twitter. You know, they're saying, "Oh, you got to beg people to vote for you." I'm like, "Oh, I'm doing a video." I'm like, "I will send somebody to your house. You better vote for me." Like, I don't know what to do, and so I wasn't even sure. And then the next 2 weeks after that, I was in the top, at least the top 5 spots. And I finished America's Got Talent, a show where that season, 150,000 acts had auditioned, which some of them are groups of 30 people, dance groups and things like that. And I was able to come in at the top 5.
Top 5.
I was so grateful. When they announced that I was off the show at the finale, you know, they were expecting me to say, you know, "Oh, I came here to win. This is," and people were booing the decision in the audience. And I pointed at them and I said, "Don't boo." I go, "This is the greatest show on planet Earth." I said, "This is just the beginning of my story." Yep. I said, I feel like a winner. I'm on stage with some of the greatest acts in American television history. And I thanked everyone. I thanked Simon Cowell. I thanked Fremantle Media. It was like an Oscars speech. and they're blinking the red light because it's a live show. And I'm like, "Forget you. I'm leaving after this. What do I care?"
It's my last time.
Right. and I thanked everyone. And I gave Nick Cannon a big hug. And I ran off. And I saw my producer, Alexa Keene, who we're still friends to this day. And she looks at me and she goes, "I'm so sorry." I go, "What are you apologizing to me for?" I said, "I just performed in front of," that night it was 18 million people. I just performed in front of what I'm assuming is 36 million eyes.
Yeah.
For 36 million ears.
Yeah.
And maybe tomorrow that number will double. Maybe next week it'll triple, quadruple. I said, don't feel bad for me. And that was the moment that I really knew I had done something. I felt genuinely proud of myself, as I'm sure you did when you walked the line for graduation.
Absolutely.
It's the same feeling.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy to have gotten that, to have been able to do that.
You warmed the hearts of millions. I can't tell you the amount of people that still to this day comment on our YouTube channel. We got comments like 4 days ago, and they were like, "Hey, you don't know me, but I just think you and my granddaughter would be soulmates." And I was like, whoa, I was like, this is like 5 years later now.
It's like the weirdest thing. I have parents bringing their daughters to my show. Like, what?
Viral sensation, Sal Valentinetti. Did you ever thought?
No. And I get the funniest comment. I love my fans.
Yeah, no.
I really do. I'll have, you know, it's funny because obviously the music that I sing, we do cast a broad net, but we're usually catching the older female generation.
Yeah.
And I had this one woman reach out to me. Her name was Lorna, and she said, I saw you on America's Got Talent, and I loved you. And me and my husband have seen you in Ohio. We've seen you in Florida. We've seen you, you know, multiple times. And I just wanted to reach out and invite you to dinner at her house in Newton, New Jersey.
Did she send you her address?
She did. And I went.
Oh my God!
I went to dinner with her and her family.
What was the entree?
It was she's German. She was German, and it was schnitzel, and it was she made a beef Wellington, and she made all sorts of vegetables and potatoes au gratin and all this, and then she made a wonderful dessert. Germans make the best dessert. They make. Oh, you ever walk into a German bakery? Now listen.
One right down the street.
But also right down the street is the best Sicilian bakery in Queens, Lulu's. It's my cousin. I got to give them the plug.
Word.
Charlie at Lulu's, go see him. But she made all this food for us, and you know, and I spent the day, and at the end of the night, her daughter, her whole family had come to the house. She had her grandkids. There was like, you know, 15, 20 people squeezed in this small dining room on a lake in Newton, New Jersey. And afterwards, her daughter comes to me, and she says, my mother has stage 4 cervical cancer. Sorry, was it cervical? Yeah, it had to be. It wasn't ovarian. She was 90-something years old, and she has stage 4 cervical cancer. And she goes, we don't know how long she has left, but you possibly made her life. And she goes, you don't know. I said, I don't know what I did because I just came for dinner. That's all I did. I love my fans, each and every one of them. I make sure that we try to get to as many messages as possible, especially on my birthday. The fact that people take the time out on my birthday to wish me a happy birthday, I try to go through every message and try to answer everybody, every post, every little thing, and because my fans are the greatest people. It's been 3 years since I've been off that show, and we're still selling out shows all over the country, and that's because I have some of the greatest and most loyal fans. I really do. Yeah. And some of the best new ones, too. Which are getting younger and younger every year because of social media.
Yeah, social media is a huge key.
Oh yeah, and because I think because St. John's has my video on YouTube, and there's so many great young people that go here. I say young people like I'm so old. I'm 24.
Oh, we're Jurassic at this point.
Exactly. They're looking at us like, what are these old men doing walking around campus?
Why are they still here?
Somebody call public safety.
Well, thank you so much. I just wanted to wrap off on one final note. So this time last year,
yes,
you released your Christmas album.
I did.
And it is one of my favorites.
Thank you.
My favorite song is When Christmas Comes to Town.
It's a good one.
It's just the way you did it. I was floored with it.
It's a fun original tune. It was actually written by another New York Italian guy, Peter Mazzio, and it's a fun tune. And then this Christmas, we put out a couple of more original tunes. December's Too Cold and First Christmas, and was so lucky. First Christmas got picked up by all the retail stores. So now while you're doing your Christmas shopping, expect to hear my voice floating through Macy's or something like that. But I love Christmas. It's my favorite time of year. Besides the cold, this is my favorite time of year because the whole entire family comes together. You see, I travel all over the world, and I'm very blessed and very lucky to do that, Torii. But
of course,
I miss out on so many great things with my family, and I get to see them all at Christmas. So I said, you know what, it's my favorite time of year. I should have a Christmas album, and it was a lot of fun. And it this year I said, boy, I wonder if people are going to remember it. And this year, of course, people are posting and saying, oh, it's everybody says it's time for Bublé to come out of his cave, but I'm sticking with Sal the Voice, and I'm very lucky for that.
No, warmed the hearts of millions. Thank you so much
for being here today.
You have no idea. We are so excited for you to be here. Make sure that you check out Sal's Instagram at Sal the Voice. Make sure that you check out his website, which we are going to have linked below. Unfortunately, that is all the time we have today.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you for WRED. From the bottom of our heart, we have a gift for you.
Look at this.
So we brought you a scarf because it's the winter weather.
Thank you, I needed a new one. And it matches. All I have is black scarves. I have nothing to match my blue suits.
You got the SJU logo and everything on there. Yes,
it's so nice.
It's gonna keep it rolling.
Go to the store downstairs and get yourself one of these. Oh yeah, this is nice.
It's good. You look good with it too.
Thank you.
Look fantastic. Sound fantastic. Sal, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
For more amazing content, be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter using the links below to keep up to date with WRED-TV and find out how you can be a part of our productions. We wish Sal the best of luck. To keep up to date with him and his performances, follow up on Instagram at Sal the Voice and go to his website linked in the description below. Thank you so much for being here, Sal, and we wish everybody a good night.